Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my Daily Dose with Tim. Today is season 3, episode 45. And this is also part 2 of how you can leverage lease options as a strategy to create over $300,000 a year in annual income. And so I'm going to quickly pull up where we left off now with everybody so that we can keep this train going. Again, momentum is not the same as speed. And you can see now, this is a bit of a process. And at the same time, though, I mean, hopefully at the end of this, you're going to see the power of focus. Remember, we talked about focus in a previous episode, follow one course until successful. And so coming back here, year 1, remember, if we just do 4 deals, again, some of you are going to be looking at this. And now that you understand how to run the numbers, you can say, you know what, looking at everything that's on my plate right now, because I've got students that are new parents. They go, 4 seems still a little bit too ambitious for me being new parents, and still one of us still need to go to work, or we have young children in the house. We'll do 2, we'll do 3. However, our numbers are going to be slightly different. We're going to look for the bigger option consideration deals. We're going to look for the deals where the monthly cash flow is a little bit higher. That's completely up to you. The point is, now you know how to do this. And this is why I always say, the more you learn, the more you earn. Okay, the more you learn, the more you earn. And for a lot of us, learning is great. And it's also the very beginning stage. We do need the proper support and the community and the guidance and the hand-holding every step of the way so that we can stay focused. Because based on my personal experience, this is me as an investor, me as a student of life, and also me as a trainer, mentor, and coach over the years, is that we all need that accountability. We all need somebody to hold our hands at different point in time to make sure that we're still staying on track. Now, coming back to total income in year 1, at the bottom there in green, as you can see now, $88,740. And so yesterday, we also discussed the fact that what if you don't actually have all the resources on your own to close all 4 deals? That's fine. For quick, simple math, let's just say that we do 50%, 50-50 split with our capital partners. Could be all 4 deals, could be the last 2, could be deal 3, deal 4 in the first year. Your numbers are going to vary slightly, okay? Regardless of what the case is, I usually like to just chop it up in half right off the bat. So this is where we left off yesterday. Even if you had to chop it off in half, that still means that you're adding an additional about $3,600 and then some every single month to your bottom line. Again, I don't know about your personal financial statements right now. However, I know for a fact that almost every single person that I have shared this plan with and that I've mentored and coached and trained, they all agree that they can start to see their life improve and change for the better. And so let's continue and go into year 2 now. The point is, the first 4 deals that you did in the first year, you're going to be cash flowing still. And so that's 12 months of cash flow from a month on a monthly basis for all 4 deals. And then you rinse and repeat the same process. Remember, we already talked about repetition. Repetition is the mother of all learning. And in this particular case, in order for you to create a massive raises, big fat raises for yourself every single year, it's the same thing. Once you learn how to do this right and do this well, every single deal is going to take less and less amount of time for you to put through. And as I mentioned, I'm pretty sure my first deal took, honestly, I don't remember now. I really wish that I counted the hours. Sometimes I say 40, sometimes I say 80. Some days it really, looking back, felt like maybe I spent 100 hours on it. These days, an average deal takes about 5 hours to put through, if that. And yes, that's not counting the ongoing maintenance yet for the next 2 to 4 years. However, I want you to think about that. What now becomes your hourly rate, first of all? Second of all, what kind of lifestyle will you be having now? And so we do 4 more deals. Remember, it's not a sprint. This is a marathon, okay? With me from Trust Your Talent Academy, you're never, ever going to get rich quick promises. However, what we will promise you is when you follow the course, when you follow the plan that we've set out for you, we can promise that you getting rich, getting wealthy is inevitable. It's gonna happen. That's the thing. So deal 7, deal 8, after the end of year 2, all of a sudden, you're looking at an additional income of 141,000. Cut it in half, 70,000 and change, or 11,752, cut it in half, which is nearly $6,000 on a monthly basis. Okay, it doesn't matter what currency you work in. Okay, this is mostly in Canadian and US dollars. However, the point is, it doesn't matter what currencies you work in, because I understand some of you guys are telling me that, hey, you know what, in my markets, the property value is not like that, and so my numbers will be different. The point is, this is a framework, this is a plan, and the cost of living based on the country that you're in might also be different. The one thing that I know for sure, though, is that at 11,752, or again, chop it in half, nearly 6,000 a month, is going to start to make a great dent in your financial stress, meaning you can start to see your financial stress melt away, okay? And you can start to feel that. And that's always been my personal goal. Again, the fancier way to say it at Treasure Talent is our mission statement, which is to create financial independence one person at a time. And when it comes to me putting in plain simple English as an immigrant, is I want to make sure that nobody ever needs to worry about money for the rest of their lives once they truly understand and have been financially educated properly. This goes way, 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 way beyond just buying properties. And so if that is not enough yet, because I know a lot of you are overachievers, and again, this is also a marathon, not a sprint. Let's just say that, remember, the premise is that the average home purchase right now is $400,000. And also, this is part-time, 4 deals a year, and every deal is an average of 3 years long. And so starting the 3rd year, you have the first 8 deals now creating monthly cash flow for you. And so this is, as you can see, it all adds up. And then you do 4 more deals in year 3, okay? You do 4 more deals in year 3. All of a sudden, you're looking at $193,860, or about $16,000 a month. Once again, at this point, chances are most of us don't have that kind of resources to get it all done anyway. So just chop it in half. Just chop it in half. An additional $8,000 a month into your bank account. What will that do to your life, your family's life, your lifestyle, your retirement, your money problems? Is it going to solve a lot, if not almost all of them? Or maybe for some of you, you'll go, oh my goodness, I only need to do this one strategy. Then I can free myself up and pursue other passions or pursue other passion projects. And this is why I keep saying real estate is really just an asset class. Because of real estate investing, it's allowed me to venture into other businesses that I've always been interested in. And it's allowed me to grow and scale my business overall, not just my real estate portfolio, but my overall business portfolio and my overall wealth creation. And again, have I lost money? Have I done bad deals? Absolutely, I have. Am I worried? Was I pissed? Wasn't really quite worried. Was I pissed? Absolutely. At the same time, though, was I really concerned about not being able to sustain my day-to-day? Not even the slightest bit. And so this is something that I know that you will get to experience once you really have the financial education and the financial intelligence to see money for what it truly is, instead of just real estate, and real estate. And so last but not least, remember, we're going to keep this going every single year, 4 deals, except that starting year 4, it gets very interesting. Year 4, remember, every single deal that you've done in the first 3 years now, year 1, they're going to start to close, and you're still going to have the monthly cash flow that's coming your way at different times before they actually fully close. And by close, what we mean is, if you remember from the lease options episodes, is when your tenant buyers have qualified, okay, and chosen to exercise their option to purchase, which they all should, right? And then After that, you're still cash flowing from the deals that you did in year 2 and year 3, and you do 4 more. Remember, we don't take the foot off the gas pedal, just for a year, just for a year. And now you see the numbers at the bottom there. $326,370 on an annual basis, or better yet, $27,197 a month. Chop it in half. It's basically a monthly income of $13,600 almost. $13,600. And let's not even go to the asset protection, income protection side of things, because this is your business income. It is taxed at a completely different level. Okay. And so again, make sure when you are properly enrolled, you go and do business tutorials, business fundamentals, as well as do the asset and income protection modules whenever we are offering that. And so coming back here though, I really just want to always level with everyone. What does this number mean? Well, this number means that, first of all, if you only keep up with 4 deals a year, $326,000 a year, or chop it in half, $163,000 a year now has just become the base salary you've created for yourself. Okay, I'm going to say that again. $163,000 a year has now basically become the basic salary you've created for yourself. And at this point in time, you probably gotten very proficient at it. You probably built up a very good network, and your effort in putting every single deal through from a time and energy perspective has relatively gone down, which means your overall return on investment, your investment now becomes your tuition, your time, your knowledge, your efforts. It's now paying you back in an exponential way. And so I want you to really, really think about that. When was the last time you were able to take full control, 100% control of your own financial future with like this? And this is just one strategy. When you talk to a strategy coach at Trust Your Talent, you're able to learn how to mix and match different strategies and create a 100% tailored plan. Because I understand not everybody cares about lease options that much as I do. Not everybody likes to do BRRRR. Not everybody likes to do single family. Not everybody likes to do multifamily. Not everybody likes to do vacation rentals or short-term rentals or midterm rentals. And not everybody has the appetite for development. However, the point is, what we know is that everybody has the desire and the goal to become financially independent, financially free, and financially in control. I think that's more than fair to say at this point. And this is why I always say this is not a one-size-fits-all thing. This is not a one-size-fits-all. This being financial education, your financial blueprint and your financial plan in terms of how you can get to the financial results, meaning the life, the lifestyle, the retirement, the legacy that you want to build with your time. And so I think I mentioned this a couple of times before. However, in the last month and a half, a really interesting phenomenon happened. Is the fact that about a month and a half ago, I was speaking at a multifamily conference in Toronto, and I dug out a deal that I did 10 years ago now, and I never really thought too much about it. I just realized that that was definitely a career-defining deal that I put together, that I did. However, because it's been so long and I've already since sold it, that I haven't really thought about it much. And yet, because of the conference, I started to think about, okay, how can I add value and inspire other people to think bigger, to get creative, to really not feel stuck ever? And so I landed on creative financing. And funny enough, before you guys reminded me of sharing this bonus material on lease options and this plan, I was actually going to pivot and turn into using the future episodes now into private lending, creative financing, anything that has to do with creative financing, really. And the funny thing is, I've gotten such positive and amazing responses. And then I start to really journey back is the fact that creative financing is not a strategy per se. It is a thought process. And if anything, it is a collection of strategies put together. In order for you to develop the creative financing genes and muscles, you need to learn a lot of the basic strategies like income properties, like the BRRRR process, like distressed properties, wholesale and assignment, lease options, and maybe even development, and maybe even short-term rental, and maybe even mobile home parks, and maybe even foreclosure. Okay, so that you can actually speak to all of these things. And that's the funny thing, is that you are able to learn all of that. And this is why when I decided to create Trust Your Talent with the team that we have right now, we're very, very adamant about not being a one-trick pony. We need the depth and the breadth because we are training people to become true investors, not just buyers that buy real estate or people that simply park money in real estate. You can do that. Again, to me, the financial education component is that filter. So some people will say, oh, I don't know if I have the time and I really just want to be a passive investor. So maybe I don't need to get myself financially educated. And this is where I see people get into trouble. And with all the respect that I have for every single one of you that's watching this, this has nothing to do with learning how to invest in one asset class or one strategy. It has everything to do with understanding how money works in every single strategy so that you have the ability to pull yourself back whenever the deal is not performing the way you want it to, and you can pivot as quickly as possible. Okay. And so again, one of the biggest items that I always ask my students to watch is just go onto YouTube and look for a video. And what you want to search is what we call the velocity of money. And this is why true investors are like business people. Okay. They understand that at the end of the day, we are here for profit. Otherwise, you could just go and start a charity. Okay. And there's no right or wrong here. All I'm saying is that if you are here to build a business, to build a for-profit venture, then you gotta honor that. And so what that also means is that you need to learn how money works. Otherwise, you will never get to work on the business. You will always be working in the business. And then again, the idea of time freedom may still escape you. And so all I'm here wanting to do is to make sure that everybody understands why you're watching this. And it's funny, and you know who you are. I mean, I got a message from somebody that asked me to be connected to a realtor. And right off the bat, my question back is, what's your goal? And also, are you educated? Because the idea behind that is if you just simply want to be connected to start looking at deals, you're not doing the SMP process anymore. And if you haven't watched that episode, make sure you go back to watch it, because then now you're potentially going to be PMSing, just parking your money in there. So now you can see when you have a goal, when you have a plan, and you have a right strategy, how quickly you can change the trajectory of your life. And so on that note, I encourage every single person to go onto our Google page, onto Trust Your Talent's Google page, and look at the reviews of what some of the current and past students have said about their experiences. And so we're more than just a company that trains you on how to invest in real estate. And so I want to thank you for sticking with me again and for reminding me, first of all. I know I've got a lot of your attention with these 2 episodes, and I hope that you're starting to really understand, if in case the first 44 episodes did not, I hope that you're really starting to understand with this particular strategy that you never should be worrying about money as long as you continue to elevate your financial education, okay? Because I know traditional education is lacking practical financial education, and that's why we are here. And so with that said, it is now Friday where I am. I want to wish you all a great rest of the day and an amazing weekend. And if you got not much going on this weekend, I really want to encourage you to go back and rewatch some of these episodes. And for those of you who are in the greater Toronto area, let's not forget that next weekend, July 15th and 16th, we are doing a 2-day live workshop. So make sure you get yourself registered. Right now, you have a buy one, get one offer. So that literally is only $297 for 2 days for 2 people right now, so that you can start to get that personalized tailored plan for yourself. I will drop the registration link and also a promo code, which means it's actually going to only be $147.50 for 2 people for 2 days, less than $5 an hour. You can get a tailored personal plan at a live workshop in Toronto next weekend. So I look forward to seeing some of you there. I know not all of you guys are in the Toronto area, but I look forward to seeing some of you. If you've got plans already that you can shake it off. And I mean it once again with all due respect. I've come across way too many people that want to become financially successful, and yet they're not willing to make the short-term sacrifices. I remember I used to take weekends, weeknights to go out and do networking events, to take courses, to join meetings, and my life has completely changed. And I've seen that over and over and over again. This is short-term pain for long-term gain. I mean, that's age-old philosophy. I'm not going to dispute that. However, make sure you do that for yourself. Because I also remember that when I first got introduced into financial education, I was supposed to actually go with a coworker. And on the day of, my coworker decided to choose to go do something fun rather than learning how to make money. I mean, learning how to make money is really fun, in my opinion, wouldn't you say? And it set me up for the rest of my life. And so again, if you want something different, you gotta do different. So I'm gonna drop the link in the comment section. Shake off the plans if you can and make yourself go to the workshop. You're gonna thank yourself, and we're offering a money back guarantee. If you don't think you've learned anything after the weekend, happy to give you your money back. However, you got to take that first step if you want something to change for the better in your life. So on that note, I'm done sharing it. Have a great rest of the day and have an amazing weekend. I will be back here with brand new episodes starting next week. Have a great day and live well, everyone.